Hello and welcome to this episode of JJ's Workshop. Today I'm actually working on some off-the-wall, radical and cool idea. It's going to be similar to like my gift boxes I make, but it's going to have kind of like an inlay type design to it. So stay tuned. I know you'll appreciate this project. Okay, so what we're starting out with here is we're going to make like a walnut, or you could do mahogany or whatever kind of wood you want cross. This is 4 inches. These are 1.25 inches. And then basically what I did was I cut them down. I figured out what there was about 1 inch from the top, and then down I made a line. And then what I do is after I glue it up and it's ready, the project will be flipped upside down so you don't see the lines. Then there will be smaller pieces added to it to flush up around the sides, and then we're going to do like a parameter around it with some kind of a trim work. Okay, so this is what you're left with. Obviously this is the back. Looks ugly and rough, but that's what sanding's for. But we're not going to quite sand this all smooth yet. There's a lot of work to do yet. You have to sand this flush, and then you can trim this up, all based on one side to square this up on the miter. After it's been squared up, check it with a square, obviously. Make sure your lines are straight, and then we can start building some of the framing. Just a quick glimpse of what's going on here. I squared it up. Now I'm going to start running trim 45s, gluing them up. You got to let that stuff set up overnight really before you can sand it smooth. And I'm just going to use a palm sander because some of the grains are going in so many various directions that it's actually hard to use like a belt sander on a project like this, unless you're doing just the sides or nothing really fancy on the bottom. So this is the finished product. Well, before sanding, this is what it should look like. Everything that you make with this evolves around the measurements of this cross. Each one might be slightly different depending on if you choose to do a bigger or smaller cross, but this whole thing evolves around the size of that cross, each piece. I sanded down one end, flushed it up, and then I ran it through the miter. Any little cracks or anything like that, I'm just going to use a little bit of the mahogany dust to fill that in before I do a final sanding and before I do my finish. Alright, so a quick little peek at the top. I just finished sanding it down, cleaning up these edges, filling in the sides there where the little crevices were. As you can see, turned out beautiful. And I've also started putting the sides on the bottom, so we'll take a look at that here in a moment. Alright, so I got the box started. This glue is actually setting up very fast. Must be because of the summer heat or something, but it's setting up very quickly. As you can see, I already got two sides, and I think that Gorilla Glue, wood glue obviously, was only on there for maybe 20 minutes and it's solid. So, and I've already got a couple other crosses started for a few more of these boxes for a few good friends at the church. Okay, so I got the inside done of the box, and I got the back side done of this, and I'm gonna wait on showing you the front side, because the front side is just spectacular. I do have to touch it up, a little bit of sandpaper, and then I will be putting some of my furniture wax on it. The box itself turned out beautiful. Alright, so I just wanted to finish showing you the finished product of this inlay box. 3 different sandings, several different stages, a little bit of steel wool, and it turned out beautiful. As you can see, the finish is like glass. Added a couple brass hinges, add some color to it. On the back side, had a little bit of rough wood right here, but back side of the box, small price to pay. As you can see, the inside turned out really good. The bottom, some of the tarnishing from the wood being wet at one time, but for the most part turned out to be a very beautiful piece. I want to thank you for watching this episode of JJ's Workshop, and I hope you guys try some inlay out at home. With a little bit of practice, it can be quite easy. Till next time on JJ's Workshop.